Have you ever gone ice skating? An experienced ice skater looks so graceful, gliding on one foot, then shifting to glide on the other. But if you're not an experienced ice skater, it can be hard to keep your balance. Sometimes one foot can slide out to one side while your other foot slides out in the opposite direction, and oof, you end up with your bottom on the ice. That's okay, because a big part of learning to ice skate is figuring out how to fall and get back up again. It's kind of the same in friendships and other relationships. Take a listen.
Kids Ask Dr. Friendtastic!
Hi there, I'm Dr. Eileen Kennedy Moore, also known as Dr. Friendtastic. I'm an author and clinical psychologist based in Princeton, New Jersey. Each week on the Kids Ask Dr. Friendtastic podcast, I answer a question from a kid about making and keeping friends. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, you can send it in at drfriendtastic.com/submit. That's drfriendtastic.com/submit. Here's today's question.
My name is Mia. I'm 11, and my question is, why is it harder to show kindness to my 8-year-old sister when my friends are around?
Hi, Mia. Thanks for sending in your question. So here's my guess about what might be happening. Sometimes you have your friends over, and your younger sister tries to barge in because she wants to be included in the fun. And then you get mad at her because you want your friends to yourself. And maybe you say or do something a little mean to your sister. But then you feel guilty about treating her badly, or you get in trouble for it. That's a difficult situation. Sibling relationships can be complicated. Psychologists talk about the idea of optimal differentiation. That's a fancy way of saying that siblings like to be similar enough that they feel like they belong together, but different enough that they also feel like they're a unique person. When you're with both your sister and your friends, you may feel pulled in two directions. I'm sure you love your sister, even if she annoys you sometimes, but your friends are part of your life outside of your family, so it may feel uncomfortable when she inserts herself into your friendships. Also, you may not want your friends to associate you with your sister because she's 3 years younger than you, and you don't want to seem babyish to them. But here's the problem. There is zero possibility that anyone will think, "Ooh, I like hanging out with Mia because she's mean to her sister." In fact, that could make them like you less. So being mean to your sister can actually hurt your friendships. You can't get rid of your sister, and I don't think you really want to do that. Also, you probably don't want to limit yourself to only seeing your friends outside your home. Two things are true at the same time. Your sister's a person and a part of your family, so you need to treat her with kindness. And you have a right to have friendships with kids your own age that don't involve your sister. So, how can you balance these two truths? One possibility is you could talk to your grown-up about inviting a friend over for your sister at the same time that you have your friend over. That way, she'll be less interested in barging in on your activities. Or maybe you could play something all together. It's easier to play with 2 big kids and 2 little kids than 2 big kids and 1 little kid. Or maybe your grown-up could keep your sister busy while your friend is over. Another possibility is you could make a deal with your sister. You could say, "I get that you don't want to feel left out, and I want some alone time with my friend. Let's compromise. How about if you join us for part of the time and do your own thing for part of the time?" For instance, if you're having a sleepover, maybe your sister could play with you and your friend up until her bedtime, but then sleep apart. You may need a grown-up to help your sister leave at the agreed-upon time. Some of your friends may be more comfortable than others with including your sister. If your friend has a younger sibling, maybe they could bring them along, so it's a family playdate. You might also set up an agreement with your sister and your grown-up that she can join you and your friend as long as she's on her best behavior. But if she's disruptive, she has to leave. There's no one right way to handle this situation, but learning to balance what you want and what others want is an important relationship skill. This has been Kids Ask Dr. Friendtastic. You can learn even more about friendship through my funny and practical books for kids, Growing Friendships, A Kid's Guide to Making and Keeping Friends, and Growing Feelings, A Kid's Guide to Dealing with Emotions about friends and other kids. They're available through your library or wherever you buy books. Parents, check out my online workshops for kids at workshops.eileenkennedymore.com.